I remember the sound first. The way his fork slipped against the porcelain plate when I placed the envelope in front of him. A soft scrape, nothing more, yet it cut through the laughter, the clinking glasses, the staged warmth of my 39th birthday dinner. I smiled when I handed it over. Calm, composed. His mother, who had just told me not to be selfish, still had her wineglass raised. They deserve happiness, she'd said, and I had agreed, quietly, obediently. The envelope was my gift. Minutes later, he was screaming, begging, his eyes fixed on the truth he could never undo. We were never supposed to be like this. I met him when I was 24. He was charming in the kind of careless way that made people forgive him before he even asked. I thought it was confidence. I thought it was love. Back then, he touched my face like it was something delicate, told me he'd never betray me, promised me forever. I believed him. That's what makes betrayal burn. You only bleed from the knife you never saw coming. The signs came slowly, a shift in his hours, the new cologne he forgot to mention, the way his phone, once abandoned on counters and couches, became glued to his hand. I tried to be rational, to be the understanding wife. But then came the slip. A hotel receipt tucked between his business papers. 2 nights, paid in cash. The room booked under her name. Her, my boss, my mentor, the woman who toasted me at company dinners, called me her brightest star. The woman who gave me opportunities no one else would. She had been in my home, smiled at my children, praised the roast chicken I made, and all the while she was with him. I didn't confront him, not then. Anger is messy, loud, easy to dismiss. But silence? Silence is terrifying. I held it inside me, feeding it, sharpening it into something cleaner. I watched, I listened, and then I realized the worst part. His family knew. His sister, who always glanced away when I mentioned his late nights. His brother, who joked too easily about business trips. And his mother, the matriarch who whispered advice in his ear, urging him to choose happiness. They all knew. They all conspired in their silence. So I planned. I was methodical, not reckless. I copied bank statements, secured the house deed under my name alone, redirected funds into an account he didn't know existed. I hired a lawyer who didn't flinch when I explained the affair. She told me patience was my greatest weapon. I agreed. I wasn't after a confrontation. I wanted collapse. And collapse takes time. The envelope. That was the final act. Inside, notarized divorce papers, asset transfers already signed, and most devastating of all, a letter from my boss. She hadn't written it to me, of course. She'd written it to him. The kind of letter that stripped away plausible deniability. Words like, our future, and your family will understand. I had made copies, of course, sent one to the board of directors at work. Her career would unravel as neatly as his life. I slipped the envelope across the table as if it were nothing more than a birthday card. He opened it, his eyes skimmed, his face drained, and then the screaming began. Please, he choked, his hands trembling over the papers. We can fix this. You don't understand. But I did. I understood better than anyone. His mother tried to interject. She's being dramatic, son. But then she saw the letter. Her hand froze around her glass. The red wine trembled, a dark halo spilling onto the white tablecloth. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. I'm not selfish, I said. I'm free. And with that, I stood. The room split in half. On one side, him, broken, begging, clutching at the ruins of what he thought he controlled. On the other, me, steady, finished, walking out with everything that mattered already secured. I didn't cry, not then, not later. The tears had dried long before, burned out of me by the months of deceit. What I felt was lighter, like I'd been carrying a body on my back and had finally laid it down. People will say revenge is ugly, that it poisons you, but those people have never sat at a table surrounded by liars, told to be mature, told to swallow their humiliation for the sake of someone else's happiness. Revenge isn't poison, it's clarity, it's balance restored. I left him with nothing he hadn't earned. The house, the money, the career, gone. His lover, exposed, disgraced. His family, silent now, the weight of their complicity pressing down on them harder than any judgment from me. And me? I walked out into the night, the cool air hitting my face, the sound of his screams fading behind me. For the first time in years, I felt alive. Not because I'd destroyed him, but because I had chosen myself. That envelope was never just paper. It was the grave I buried my marriage in, and the door I opened to my freedom.